Hello my dear students. So this video, as I have promised, about the syllabus and the chapter wise weightage for the first PU chemistry. Okay, so before going to the topic wise discussion, we will going to have one bridge course class where we will going to discuss regarding the basic thing of chemistry, the introduction part of a chemistry. Okay, and whatever the things you have studied in the like in your 10th standard, and what the further things that you will going to study in the first PUC. Okay, so the first class will be like a bridge course class which acts as a bridge between the like SSLC as well as to the first PU. Okay, so before that, at least you should know what are all the chapters that includes the first PU chemistry syllabus. So there are totally 14 chapters you could see here. Okay, there are totally 14 chapters where along with the weightage I have given. The first chapter deals with some basic concept of chemistry, where we're going to learn what are some basic like what do you mean by atom, what do you mean by matter, okay, the states of a matter, and some law of chemical combination. Those all things we're going to study, and the mole concept. These all points we're going to study, and the weightage of the chapter is 8 marks. Means in your exam, okay, in your theory exam, the questions that will appear for your like in a question paper will be 8 marks from this topic. Okay, similarly, the second chapter will be like what structure of atom, very important, where we know that the atom consists of a fundamental particles. So like proton, neutron and electron, how they are discovered, who discovered that one, okay, and what do you mean by atomic mass and the atomic number. Okay, these all the like wavelength, electromagnetic spectrum and the radiation. Very quite interesting chapter. Okay, the weightage of this chapter is 9 marks. Means in your question paper, the questions that appear from the structure of atom will be of a totally 9 marks. So next is about the classification of elements and the periodicity in properties. Okay, so like classification of elements means that we have gone through the periodic table. If you're in your SLC, if you have learned the periodic table, where we know that we have a SP block, SPDF block elements, on what basis they have classified this one, what are their electronic configuration, and when it comes to periodicity in properties, like how the ionization energy, atomic radii, ionic radii will vary along a period down the group. What is the reason? Like a different periodic trends we're going to study. Okay, quite an interesting chapter, and the weightage of this chapter is 4 marks. Okay, similarly, let us move to the fourth one, that is chemical bonding and the molecular structure. Okay, when it comes to chemical bonding, you know the basic idea of ionic bond, covalent bond, okay, and then comes the metallic bond, okay, and the hydrogen bond, how it occurs, what are the properties, how the compounds will going to appear. Okay, next comes molecular structure, what might be the hybridization of some compound, how the hybridization will going to occur. Okay, so and some of the molecular orbital theory and the molecular orbital diagram, VSEPR theory, like the different concept we're going to study. And the weightage here is 11 marks. Very important chapter even for your competitive exam as well as for your theory exam. So next one is states of a matter. So we know the 3 states of a matter, like a solid, liquid, gas, and here we're going to study about the gas and liquid. And when it comes to gas, we know the gas laws like a Charles law, Boyle's law, okay, Avogadro's law, like a different laws we're going to study, and the kinetic theory of a gases. And when it comes to liquid, what do you mean by viscosity, surface tension? These all points we're going to study under states of a matter. So next one is thermodynamics, which is very important chapter even for your competitive exam. So states of matter is for 8 marks. So when it comes to thermodynamics, as I told, it's another important chapter for your competitive exam as well as for the theory exam, where the weightage is for the 10 marks. We're going to study about the laws of thermodynamics, like enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of neutralization when it comes to a reaction. Okay, these all things we will going to study. And then comes equilibrium, where equilibrium chapter includes the ionic equilibrium as well, where we're going to discuss about the pH, okay, pOH, and some like how they are related. Those all points we're going to study over here. And equilibrium condition in a reaction, okay, law of equilibrium, law of mass, like a different concept. And even it is also an important chapter where the 12 marks is the weightage. So next comes the redox reaction, very simple topic where we're going to learn what do you mean by redox reaction, what do you mean by reduction, oxidation, and how we're going to find out the oxidation number, okay, and how we're going to balance the redox reaction by a different methods. Those all concepts we're going to study in redox reaction. So the weightage is very like 4 marks, but it is an important chapter. So next is about the hydrogen. Okay, so complete detail about the hydrogen, like its atomic number, electronic configuration, the compounds of a hydrogen, okay, the reactions of a hydrogen, everything we're going to study under this topic. So weightage is very less, around 3 marks. Similarly, when it comes to a periodic table, in the first PU we will going to study the S block elements, which is for the 6 marks, okay. So S block elements like group 1 and group 2, why they are called like alkali and alkali earth metals, the compounds of S block elements, okay. So those elements, how the compounds will be found, what are the reactions, properties, everything we're going to study under this chapter. So next one is some P block elements. Yes, here we know that from group 13 to 18 we have a P block elements. So complete thing we're not going to study here. Only group 13 and 14, boron family and the carbon family, we will going to study for the first PU. So the weightage is around the 7 marks. So here these three are the like organic chemistry part, where organic chemistry basic principles and the techniques, okay, the weightage is around 10 marks. Here we're going to study the basic of like organic chemistry and isomerism in case that one, and some of the movement of an electron, how will going to happen in a given organic substance, like electronic effect, inductive effect, mesomeric effect, resonance effect, okay, those all things we're going to study. And how we're going to estimate, okay, how we're going to estimate or the qualitative analysis of a given compound, how you can find out the presence of a carbon, hydrogen by the different methods that we're going to study, okay. It's an important chapter again. The weightage is 10 marks. So next comes hydrocarbons. So quite an important chapter, where the lengthy chapter as well it is, where you're going to study about the alkenes and the alkynes, as well as the aromatic hydrocarbons, their reactions, their preparation, okay, their properties, everything we're going to study in this chapter. So the weightage is 10 marks. So the last one is like a general knowledge topic. It's about the environmental chemistry, where it includes the pollution, the reason for the pollution, how we can protect our nature out of the pollution, about the global warming, okay, about the like what is the smog formation, okay, the pollution, how it will going to occur, greenhouse effect, everything we're going to study under this topic. So the weightage is very less, around 2 marks question will appear in your exam, okay. So the total weightage is around 104 marks, okay. So now we will go into, for the next class, first class that I'm going to discuss will be the bridge course, where we will going to study the basic things of chemistry, the introduction part of a chemistry, what all things you have studied in your previous class, that is in a 10th standard, and how they are connected to your first PUC, okay, that we'll going to study. Okay, I hope you find this useful. So better you just note it down, and I'm just going to put a PDF file of this one in my Telegram channel. Thank you.